Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laddering number 1. So technically I should say, hello everyone, welcome to Bazeleel's Laddering 001. This is me going to try, for this Season 2, I'm going to actually try to ladder 2 gold. So, woohoo. And if I do remember right, I actually am really nice and pause this, because he wants to, get some dinner or lunch or something. So, well, I mean, I guess we'll kind of talk about what's been up, what's been happening, what's been up and down, and whatnot. Coffee. I love coffee. All right. So, got laid off from my job. That's always an exciting thing. That kind of sucks, but that's okay. And we're going back to the thing right here. Thankfully, the replay doesn't show the pause, so that's great. He took about 2 to 3 minutes, so yeah. I myself am playing random. Going to be playing random from now on, and going to be laddering as random and everything else. I'm spawned as Zerg, upper left-hand corner, and lower right-hand corner. My opponent is going to be Demise. I think that's Demise spelled with a cool way, and he's going to be spawning as Zerg Blue. So this will be kind of interesting. Very good match, if I remember this right. And I really do love the new tabs at the very top right-hand corner. You get to see your opponent's minerals and gas all at the same time. So that's actually pretty nifty. Going to try some of these little new things here. Let's see. Let's try Control I. Now that's cool. Look at that. We got minerals there. We're going to take that mineral panel off there. Control N shows this. That's cool. That's pretty neat right there. That's neat. Okay, we'll take that one off. We'll do Army Supply Panels. Control A. There's this kind of gives us a little breakdown of who's doing who's better. Units killed. Let's just kind of see what that looks like. Control R. Obviously, no units are going to be killed yet. And I want to point out that Demise is going for a very early expansion. He actually probably went for the probably go 13, 14 expand. Guessing. I am not expanding, but I did spot the expand. Switch over to my camera here. Excuse me. I did spot the expand, and I do see that, and I believe I am going to actually counter accordingly. I'm going to expand as soon as I am able to, and feel comfortable expanding. With Zerg, you really have to kind of, if you feel comfortable expanding, expand. So yeah, got my drone just kind of scouting. I like this map because the center map just looks really cool. So yeah, spawning pool is out for me. His spawning pool was a little delayed due to the expansion, which is okay. In a Zerg versus Zerg, we are in the top 8, so we both have the game grasp pretty pretty good. So none of us is going to be cheesing because yeah, I am noticing that at the end of Season 1, people are starting to play the game a little bit more, I guess, fairly. They're not cheesing as much, and we're actually having some pretty good battles and whatnot. So yeah, I got my expansion going up right there. A couple overlords going to be spawning at the scouting for me just a little bit, just in case. Back to, let's see, the APM control. Look at that. We're just kind of bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. You can see I'm at 30 APM and he's at 8. I'm just pretty epic. Yeah. Who really cares about APM, honestly? That's okay. I think I'm going to leave this up. This is actually pretty cool. It shows supply, which is actually pretty cool. Let's see what happens if we do production. We got the production tab here. Let's just kind of go over some of these new things right here. But first, we're going to go over here. And I do send an army of Zerglings right here to intercept his expansion to try and delay him a little bit. Going to be engaging these 2 queens right here. This queen's going to try and escape, but the Zergling's going to be nice around there, nice around. That queen probably should have escaped, but the Zergling's going to chase her down. She's going to get off the creep, and down goes the queen. And the drone trying to be the hero there. Not going to happen. Spinecrawler trying to go up here, but the Zergling's going to be able to take him out, no problem. Going to be focusing all my Zerglings on the expansions. We do see a Roach Warren right there, and a couple roaches going to be coming out. Probably should have gotten all roaches instead of a couple Zerglings. Let's see, 4 Zerglings going to be coming out. Expansion is almost gone at 300 health. You got some Zerglings coming in here by Demise. I'm gonna send some of my Zerglings to distract. But I decided that no, I'm just going to kill the expansion. The expansion does go down. Zerglings are going to run away. Not sure what that misclick was, but that's okay. Zerglings are going to run away for another day. All those broodlings explode. and going to be getting these 2 watchtowers to get some line of sight for maybe a possible incoming rush. So my opponent right now, let's take a look at the production tab here. Right here, production tab. I am spawning more Zerglings because I did see that it did work, and he does have quite a few roaches. Going to be going into a baling nest as well. That'll help thin out some of his Zergling numbers, and also going to be saturating my expansion. So I do see that Demise is getting out another hatchery. Where is the other hatchery? Right there on his expansion. D. He is expanding as well up to a lair. So. Good job, Demise. We are both pretty much even. Right now, it's a supply count 44 to 34. I really love this new panel right there. That looks really cool. I really enjoy that. Kind of wish they would show some other things on there, but hey, it's cool. Mineral-wise, we're actually pretty even, which is actually pretty cool. I do have my research upgrade evolution chamber up there. I tend to go on a Zerg versus Zerg. I really tend to go, if my first attack went well, I tend to go a little bit more upgrade heavy than I would unit heavy. A couple spine crawlers going down. A very good placement for on these spine crawlers actually. Kind of making a wall with the spine crawlers, having this roach right here block. Roaches do have a considerable amount of HP and armor, so my Zerglings won't be able to penetrate this very well. Excuse me there. And as I said, I really enjoy this center map just because it looks awesome. So I do see Mutalisk going up, but luckily I think I'm going to be going into my lair. And generally, if I play Zerg, I don't like mutas. I'm not a particular fan of mutalisks, if you were. But that's okay. You know, that's okay. A lot of Balings and I almost said Zealots, Zerglings. Yeah, I wish. Zerglings, a couple spine crawlers just in case he does decide to be pushed out. Now, if we look at his army size here, whoops, no, where's the, no, hang on, I'll find it. There we go, units. 4 Balings, 22 Zerglings, to his 5 Roaches and 4 Zerglings. So he is kind of defensing up here just in case I would push out. Now, well, 44 more Zerglings, that's a lot of Zerglings. Unfortunately, he is supply blocked right now. He does have some overlords coming out. If we look at the production tab right here, yes, sirree. That is all good. Alright, let's see here. Another hatchery spawning just to give him an extra boomph or buff. Unfortunately, Demise is not using his larva to his full extent. Let's see here. Yeah, he actually could send his queen over and do a spawn larvae right there. So that's okay. I'm going to be going over here to secure a 3rd expansion. Reason being is I don't want to get behind in economy. I haven't scouted him in a while. I'm not sure how many bases he has. I just want to be on the safe side. Hydralisk Den is almost finished. 2nd round of upgrades going up for me, and I have not started research on this yet, because I do not have any Hydralisks on the field, and I do not have the economy to support them. I will get this eventually, but not yet. So, let's see. He just now is getting his evolution chamber up. A little late on a Zerg versus Zerg, but we do have some Mutalisk play right here. Flying T-Rexes, as Husky likes to call them. Which is funny, because they really do look like flying T-Rexes, which is pretty awesome. But that's okay. He is starting to, his saturation on his expansion is a little low. It definitely should be a little bit more. You probably should take some of these and put it over here. But, you know, no one is perfect. That's alright. Doing good in the supply. Just now getting my Hydralisk upgrade here. That should be done in about a minute or so. More defense for Demise. I would suggest only putting spore crawlers if you know your opponent is going to go air. Which I can see why he did that, because I did do a very early on push, and most Zergs that do a Zergling rush transfer into Zergling mutas, but I usually go Zergling Hydras because they're a little bit cheaper and they're just easier to control, in my opinion. I am not a fan of mutas, as I said. Actually, Mutalisks and Hydralisks are the same. My apologies. No, they're not. Mutalisks are actually 50 more gas. That is correct. My apologies for the misstatement there. Nothing really happened. We're just kind of building up our armies right now. Surprising those meters don't go and eat these birds right here. That's okay. Still have the watchtowers here. He really should be expanding to either here, or possibly over here. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I think I really scared him with my very early attack and delaying his expansion heavily. As you can see, I do have quite a few minerals which I am now using right now. Taking a look at the productions tab again. Training, I really like Zerglings, and when I play Zerg, I usually favor the Baling Hydra Zergling play, unless I am going against a Terran or Protoss, and I usually go more heavier Roaches since they have more armor and whatnot. And finally getting out the missile attacks here, and he is just now scouting and finally seeing what I actually have. He was able to scout the Hydralisk Den, and I'm not sure why he didn't scout my expansion. I think his Overlord kind of went from a weird angle. So I do have Spore Crawlers just in case, because I have learned by now, if a Zerg player isn't attacking you now, he's prepping up for some type of very aggressive air. I do have an infestation pit, holy crap, coming down just in case the game does drag on and I need to get Ultralisks out. I am a big fan of Ultralisks. They're very underused, and they're very useful against high defense like this because they do have an AoE attack and they do a lot of damage. So his mutas are coming around to see what kind of damage they can do, and unfortunately I have a little too many Hydras to actually, for his mutas to actually deal with them, because they don't have any upgrades, and I have +2 ground armor, and you're about to be getting a +1 attack for the ground Zerg forces, holy crap. And the expansion is under attack here. I do send my Zerglings in as some type of meat shield, but I'm like, you know what, he's probably going to come back, and I do see he's going to come back this way. They do have this going to be using my Queen's transfusion on the building to keep it alive, and the building does go down. But I am kind of leery on sending my Hydras in just in case. I'm not sure if he has more, but I do manage to chase this off. And he actually probably should come back to this and harass my mineral line more, but he's actually, I think he's kind of a little leery, because I do have so many Hydralisks. And as you can see, a lot more Zerglings, Hydralisks, and one Infestor just in case to see if I can root the air right there and pick him off. But I do choose to put my main army right here. A couple Spore Crawlers going down, just in case. And my macro actually kind of falls a little bit during this portion, because I'm kind of trying to juggle like 14 things at once. I'm not good at very good at macro. I've gotten a lot better at Zerg. I can tell my Zerg play has definitely improved. But he sends his mutas in to try and away, but there's just 2 of them actually survived. That's actually my fault. I probably should have attacked, moved on that, and hit the rest of the mutas out of the way. Both of our overlords just kind of chilling, asking why are we against each other? We look the same. We just have different colors. Why do we have to always? Just such a tragedy. Huge force right here. Now, if we look at the units right here, no units. Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. If we look at the units tab right here, I have 81 Zerglings, 11 Balings, 1 Infestor for the crowd control. That's really all you need in a Zerg versus Zerg. 1 Infestor. You can either use the Infested Terran as kind of like meat shields or scouts and just pop them in and see what happens, or you can use them for fungal growth, which she doesn't have enough energy yet, but she will soon. My opponent has 13 mutas, 16 roaches, and 4 Zerglings. Now, unfortunately, he probably should have gotten a lot more Zerglings, since there is no air really. Since I have so much anti-air, he should not have invested so much as soon as he saw that I had a lot of Hydralisks. He should have either teched into more Roaches or Ultralisks. He actually probably could have defended this if he put out some more Zerglings. But let's see what happens here. He might not be able to, he might not, but this is a sizable force of Mutalisks combined with the Spine Crawlers, Roaches, and some Queens, and a couple more Roaches right here. We're all geared and ready to attack here. And here we go. It just looks so creepy. It's just like a... Man, if you had that walking towards you, you'd be scared crapless, wouldn't you? Alright, let's go back to the production tab. Alright, here we go. Battle about to engage. See, I am using the energy as kind of a scout meat shield type of thing. And here comes the engagement. Hydralisks focusing down pretty much anything. Mutalisks are trying to kind of pick apart my army, but it's not working. The Zerglings are actually doing their job as meat shields. Baelings are doing a very good job of thinning out the Roach's armor and HP, so I'm able to actually get a pretty good surround here. And I do see that my army is starting to fall, and he is starting to fall as well, so he's like, I need some more Roaches. Unfortunately, Hydra versus Roach is pretty much a win on the Hydralisk side. I do start reinforcing my army with a crapload of Zerglings and Hydralisks, 28 more Zerglings and 7 more Hydras on the way, just to kind of finish out the battle here. And it looks like he's pretty much gone here. More Roaches coming on the field. His Overlord should probably be somewhere else so that I don't actually try and hurt them. And right now, lots of drones coming in. Actually, drones are pretty good against Hydralisks, because if you mass them, the Hydras don't do very good against mass units against them. So I start to go in here and start picking off his Overlords, trying to supply block him. But right now, it's kind of pointless right now because he's lost so many units. I can't really supply block him. And I'm going to send this sizable reinforcement force right down here, starting to pick off all these Overlords. Unfortunately, Demise, this is not looking good for Demise here. And more Roaches on the field here. And this could be the end of my force. Nope. Luckily, I have just enough to kind of mop up the rest of his Roaches and start fixing on those Overlords. So, more reinforcements down here, and this game is pretty much gone, but, yeah. So, what went wrong here for Demise? Let's actually kind of check it out. I'm going to pause, go back here. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to switch to his view. He's still, okay, right here. Right here, he does have a Mutalisk den on the way, or a Spire Mutalisk den. Wow, it's been a long day. Alright, where is his, there it is, a little bubble. Okay, let's get to where he's actually scouting me. Okay, I think he scouted me right here. Has he? Let's see here. Nope, not there. Move up a little, oh, right here. No? Okay. There we go. He has scouted me somewhat. Okay. Yes, right here. As soon as he saw this Hydralisk den, he should have immediately canceled these Mutalisks and just focused on Roaches and Zerglings, and he probably could have overtaken me a lot more. Let's actually go on to the battle here, and I'll tell you why. No, not there. Okay, let's go 20. Okay, right here. The reason I actually won this engagement is because I had a very good amount of unit combination, or composition, if you will. He had a lot of Roaches, which would have been complemented very well with a lot of Zerglings. He did expand right here. I did not see this, but he chose to expand way too late. He probably should have expanded within the 10-15 minute mark in order to keep up with me economy-wise, because of the fact that I already had 3 fully saturated bases. Well, this one wasn't really fully saturated because I kind of got sidetracked, but honestly, if you know you're going to win, don't worry about your bases and just go for the win. But anyway, he actually could have easily wiped out my army if he had just focused more of his resources into Roaches and Zerglings, and that's it. He could have done a Baeling as a counter, but that would have taken too much time and ate up a little bit more of his resources. Roaches would have just been a good tank, and his Zerglings wouldn't have been able to mop up my Hydralisk very quickly. So just kind of keep that in mind. When you see your opponent going for a anti-tech that you have tech to, switch tech. That's okay. You're allowed to switch tech. I still haven't attacked. I didn't attack until the probably 19-ish minute marker. So you had time. You had time, and you already had your Roach Warren out, and you already had your spawning pool out. And really, all you had to do was just upgrade your Roach movement speed. Maybe research Burrow, and research metabolic boost. That's kind of a key in Zergling or Zerg versus Zerg. Zergling metabolic boost really helps, and expand a little bit earlier next time as a Zerg player. So, all right, guys. Till next time. This has been Laddering 001. See you next time.